that he has no knowledge of what happened to those young men after they left his home. It doesn't mean he had anything to do with what happened to those young men. And there's no signs of foul play whatsoever. Nothing to indicate that Jordan had any involvement whatsoever in their death. He didn't even really know which door they went out.
Hello, True Crime Stories family. Welcome back. People say Jordan was on drugs, always thought he was better than others, and belittled people for fun. David, Ricky, and Clayton pull up to Jordan's house and park. They go inside to watch the Chiefs game. They gathered in the living room, captivated by the football game playing on the TV. What really happened after that is still a mystery. According to one of Jordan's stories, he said goodbye to his 3 friends, walks them to the front door, and they left. Jordan goes upstairs to sleep in his bedroom for 2 days. Meanwhile, his friends is outside in his cold backyard deceased. It's hard to believe that Jordan didn't get up to use the bathroom. Or walk downstairs to the kitchen for a glass of water. At the bottom of the steps, you are facing a large window over the kitchen sink. This room have windows facing the street where the victim's cars was parked. The dining room have one window. Here is the room with the sliding door and windows facing the backyard. I'm going to show you the other bedrooms, bathrooms, plus the basement. It's a difficult time for the victims' families. They feel lost and don't know what to do.
Jennifer, thank you so much for being with us. I'm so sorry for your loss. And can I just ask, how are you? How have these last almost 3 weeks been for you and your family?
They've been, there's no words to describe how they've been. Day by day, it's different. One day, you're crying and you're just barely getting by, and the next day you're pushing yourself to try to figure out what to do next, and that's hard because you don't know what to do next. I mean, this is something I don't think anybody would know how to proceed, and especially when we don't have any answers yet. Yeah. You know, all we have is a bunch of people telling us, you know, what they think might have happened, but there's no answer. So we just sit and cry, or we try to get through. I don't know what to do. I'm lost, you know, basically.
David's mom think Jordan know what happened, but he was scared to tell anyone.
Jennifer, we just heard from Jordan Willis's attorney there. Do you have a message for Jordan Willis tonight?
I do. I keep, you know, I just saw the lawyer say that he purchased those tickets so that they could go to a game. Well, you know, people do things with good intentions, but then something bad can happen that you didn't plan on. And obviously that's what's happened. Something came up that wasn't intended to happen. And with that, I want Jordan to come forward and say, you know, this wasn't meant to happen, but this is what happened. I did this, or I saw this. You know, just tell us. I know he's scared, but he was there. He participated in whatever happened that night. He had to know, and he's the only one left that knows what happened. And I think that's why he didn't answer the text messages that people sent him. And I think that's why he waited so long to let anybody know what happened with the men.
Well, and Jennifer, can I ask you about that? With the time we have left, and there are two quick things I wanted to ask you. So, you know, his lawyer said technically Jordan received the messages, but he did not see them. Are you crying foul on that? Do you not believe that?
I think it's false, just because I know I heard from several people that said they kept texting him. They went and knocked on the door. You know, they banged on the door. She had to break in, but somebody went earlier in the day. How could you keep missing texts and people knocking on your door and not notice anything, not receive, you know, any of that? I think he saw it and got scared and didn't know how to respond.
And Jennifer, lastly, what do you think happened that night, and what do you make of the speculation surrounding drugs? Any thoughts about that?
I don't know what happened. I know none of these men are drug addicts. I know that. There's speculation that, oh, they must have been doing this and that. And it, you know, something may have happened that night. I don't know. I want people to know that this wasn't their life. And if something was provided that night, I know that none of them had the means to provide that. And that's part of the reason why I think there's a problem, is that all of them were taking care of their families and their bills and did not have money for that kind of thing.
Jennifer Marquez, I hear you, and I'm so sorry again for what you are experiencing. I hear you, that you and your family just feel lost right now, and there's so little information. We appreciate you making the time tonight. Thank you.
There are so many questions surrounding this tragedy. Did Jordan take a lie detector test? Was his phone analyzed? Did he download the app to avoid calls from the victims' families? Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.